Welcome to Season 2 of Two Girls Shooting the Shit with Em and Mo. This year, we're working on that energy. Join us as we talk midlife discoveries, spiritual awakenings, pursuing passions, reconnecting with the goddess within, and a whole bunch of other shit. Make sure to follow our socials and join us on Instagram Live Tuesday nights, YouTube Live Thursday nights. If you're looking for bonus content, episode archives, or just another way to connect with us, check us out on Patreon. Thanks for all the love and support. Now let's get to it. We're gonna have to holler at Naya after this.
Because if you know how to monetize a podcast, and that's what's up.
Yes,
We are 7 followers.
I can't.
Get with me in a couple months. It'll be 700. So
yes. Ooh, shit.
Okay.
Y'all heard it. You heard it here first.
yes.
Hey,
Hey.
how's it going?
Good.
So today we have a special guest here. We have Naya, a consultant from New Networks.
Hey, hi Naya.
Hi, nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you too.
So that's something like I'm inspired because I know I want to start my own business and I don't really know like what is the need out there? Like, how did you get started? Start with the business?
So I actually got my background in IO psychology, study of the workplace, process improvement. I got my master's in that in 2018. So after I graduated, my cousin, who is a vegan chef, she was like, hey, I really want to start my business. Like, you know, kind of what's going on, help me. And I said, okay, I guess I have a business now, and my business is helping your business, and I can do this for other people. Yeah, so she kind of really helped me get started with that. I got her into a couple festivals. She had her own, different setups at different places, the Nashville Farmers Market. So this is when I was living in Nashville and close to Alabama, where I'm from. So that was just kind of like, wow, I can do this. Like I did this for her, and it was somewhat easy. Like I was able to do it. It's not like I was like, oh, I couldn't do this. I don't know how, I made it happen. So that kind of inspired me to keep going.
Nice. So was it something that you could envision or did you just learn along the way? Like, what was that like executing?
Yeah, I mean, execute should be my middle name, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But really, like, I've always been the type to jot down stuff, like every day. What do I need to do for today? To-do list. That
I
kind
love
of
that.
stuff. Yeah, and my background and my master's, I took a lot of those skills and applied them to a small business, especially a Black woman-owned small business that doesn't get any resources. It's all on them. So I kind of started off as like an administrative assistant, kind of helping them get their stuff in order. And then I realized, okay, I need to come up with a strategy, like a plan that I can apply to every client that I come across. So that really led me to formulate my 3-step process, which involves, I got a little process. It involves
Get my pen, take some notes.
Well, I
write a book.
Everything.
Right. That's what I was saying.
But you did a little bit. So basically what
Pay
I do,
right?
You have to. I mean, money talks.
Exactly. Know your worth.
But like steps.
Then add tax.
Tax on tax on tax. I'm like your student loan payment. Like you're never gonna get rid of me. Like I'm gonna keep being there. That's my at least end goal. But I do all this by starting off with step 1, which is meeting with the client and figuring out your goals. Like, what are your goals? I ask this question, people are like, oh, I don't know. I just want to grow my business. Okay, well, how do you expect to do that? How, and what way do you want to grow it? Do you want to get more followers? Do you want to get more money? Like, kind of setting those 5 goals or something initially. And then from there, I dig a little bit deeper and I say, okay, how do you think you can get this done? How do you think you would need me to help you get this done? And we come up with an action plan. So you have your goals and your action plan for each goal. and say your first goal is to open a bank account, business bank account. Okay, great. So the action plan now for that goal is to find out which bank has the best, return on investment, which bank is going to cost you more fees, which bank is going to be the best for withdrawing and entering funds, that kind of thing. And then you have your goal, you have your action plan, and then you have your timeline, or like when your execution. When
Ooh, that's where I struggle.
Yeah, same. I can't even get to stage 2.
And honestly, a lot of my clients have said that in the beginning, like, I have my idea, I have my plan, but it's just like, I can't figure out how or when I'm going to get this done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I come in. And if I'm working on something with you, like, I'm getting my stuff done. So I need you to get your stuff done.
Okay.
I don't want to be ahead of time with you. I need you to be on the same page as me. So if I'm asking, hey, did you get this done yet? Did you contact them? Things like that. That's typically how the timeline works. I set a hard date. I try to set some hard dates for people. I work with a lot of art entertainment people. So,
a little more fluid with the dates and the deadlines.
Yes, a little more fluid with everything. And I'm flexible, but there's times where you just have to say, okay, we have to get this done.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do it. So goals, action plan, execute.
That's so cool. So you said you have like all kinds of clients. How did you go from this one client to now having your portfolio of clients?
Well, I definitely realized in Nashville, that was actually a year before I moved to Philly. So I'm also a researcher. So I'm actually at my office right now where I do Parkinson's disease research.
Oh, wow.
So that kind of helped me with like being organized and staying on plan and that kind of thing. But I got opportunity for my full-time job to move to Philadelphia. I found that there's a lot more creatives and art entrepreneurs who are out there who really need help. They need someone who can guide them and that kind of thing. They have all these great ideas. That's why I love working with artists. But like I said, the organization is all over the place. And, sometimes it's just hard to nail things down. So I actually came into a lot of great people when I moved here, just networking, being out there at events and talking about myself and my business and, kind of relationship building. And that way I realized, wow, there's a lot of underserved Black and brown minority businesses out here that have great ideas. They just don't have that resource to keep them going.
Yeah.
How have you managed your growth in business? Like, what did anything change with the COVID-19 and the new normal?
Yeah. I mean, so like I said, I worked with a chef in Nashville. I came up to Philly. I worked with a lot of art entrepreneurs who threw shows in the city. They would have in-person events. And then I worked with some visual artists, and I worked with some small business owners who were making crafts and things like that. And then COVID hit and all of that shut down. And I actually moved back to Alabama for like 2.5 months because, I didn't know what was happening. I was like, oh, I'm not going to stay up here.
Yeah.
Let's go to Alabama.
Let me go home. Yeah.
So I moved back, and down there, I actually found a client down there. Crazy, right?
What? Well, how?
So they
come on. How are we meeting people? How are we
I just happened
this?
I just walked out of the plane and bam, like, my business is messed up, man.
And I'd be like, here I am. And that's just divine intervention at the end of the day. But really, it's those networks, it's the connections that are important. Like, even if you're not talking about your business with someone, it's just being genuine with them. And then usually it just comes up in conversation, like, oh, I was thinking about doing this thing. And I don't know. Oh, really? Well, I am a business consultant. So let me know if you need some help with that, But actually, this other client, he was a voiceover client. So something you could do at home, something you can, from the comfort of your house. And they were looking to jump into the industry. Well, I actually knew them through, like, with my mom's coworker. Like, that's how I knew him. But anyways, I digress. We started working together. I got him hooked up with a voiceover coach. I got him, he got some of his own commercial slots. I helped him find some commercial slots.
May I interrupt for a second? Because I don't know if Mo will speak for herself, but that is something that she is interested in doing as well. So
we
maybe
talked
y'all
about this.
Okay, I was about to say, please make this happen. Because this is the universe saying, hey.
I have all kinds of ideas.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that it was out there in the universe.
Yeah, I mean, I still have contacts from that, and he was actually working on a book as well. So like, I have contacts with publishing, I have contacts with voiceover. I have
Yes.
contacts
Yes,
with
Naya got the
acting.
contacts.
New
Yes.
network.
Your network
this
is your
year.
net worth.
This year is about new networks. So that's what I'm
Yes.
really pushing. I use my resources.
Oh, I
my
love that. I didn't
IO.
even put that together.
There we go. Yeah, I love to
Yes.
use my resources for my clients. So it's
Mhm.
just, especially if there's something new that I've never done before, it's like, oh wow, this is gonna be great to learn, and then I can, for the next client, have this resource for them.
Wow. So it sounds like you're able to flex on all like whatever comes your way.
You know,
You just go heads down and like research and everything on new things. Like, how do you manage to like?
yeah. Well, first, it all starts with my free consultation. So I
Mhm.
give my clients free, or potential clients, free consultations.
Mhm.
Typically, I meet them however I meet them, and then I say, well, if they're serious, let's have a free 1 hour consultation. And that's where we drill down on my 3 steps,
Mhm.
and I really get a great idea of their goals. Now, in the past, there have been times where I'm like, yeah, this can work, and then
Mhm.
it crashes and burns, or we're not this, where I'm doing more work than I'm getting paid for. They're
Mm.
not picking up their slack, that kind of thing.
Is that common? Like people not wanting to pay? Because I see a lot of complaints of that on social media, like pay my price, or the prices, the rates are up, like all these things. And I'm like, it sounds like it's out people out here not wanting to pay.
Yeah, I mean, people want a discount. They want
Mm.
everything that you can offer for free, and that's just not how it works.
Mhm.
And if you go for that as a business owner, you're really just short selling yourself. You're
Yeah.
shorting yourself, and
Mhm.
you're not helping anybody but them.
Mhm.
So, and I actually offered one time for a client that I would do some free work for them for like 3 months. That blew up in my face. They
Ugh.
totally, ignored my meeting request. They acted like it was my fault. It was my problem that they weren't able to, do
For
stuff.
free?
Yes. So I realized, do not offer for free. Like,
Mhm.
charge, because people will take you more seriously when you're
Yes.
charging and you're not wavering on your price. So
Mhm.
establish your price as the first thing, and actually give reasons why it's this price. Like,
Mhm.
if you don't have to tell them, but just like have reasons for yourself. Like, I'm not just
Mhm.
charging $100 for a meeting just
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
that sounds good. I'm charging that
Yeah.
because I have
Explain the value. Show them the value.
my
Right.
time for that hour, and my expertise and everything that goes into it is worth this amount.
Mhm.
Mm.
That's how I got started.
Wow. I feel like a lot of people are starting to come into their own with this pandemic, and
Mhm.
saying, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go out and do something more creative, or I have like the entrepreneurial spirit and I want to start something new. So, I mean, these are good tips.
Yeah.
Sure.
Find your value and make sure you're, communicating. That's good.
So Mo, what's stopping? Let me ask you.
Here we go.
You from, what's stopping you from getting to step 2?
Well, I was just gonna ask you that, like, I didn't even know, because I'm that kind of person who I don't even like, I'll have an idea one day and then forget about it the next day. And it's like, I don't even have an end goal. It's like, okay, yes, I like voiceovers. Like I have an end goal of lifestyle, like where I just, want the lifestyle where I'm not stressed and all these kinds of things, but I don't know. And like not being in an office would be ideal. And then also not consulting with offices. So not like in any way, like maybe working with individuals or things like that. So I don't really know. Like I've looked at books and things like that to see what would be
Yeah.
interesting. I've tried different careers, and it's so frustrating because you have to make a living.
Right.
And it's like, I don't want to, I don't want
But
I don't
that's
want to
the
work.
Yeah, that's the fun part about being like an entrepreneur too, because it's like your work doesn't feel like work.
to. Exactly.
At some points
Yes.
it may, but find what makes you feel like fun. It's like, if this is fun,
This
I enjoy it,
podcast.
and there
Yeah.
are ways to make money. Like,
Oh shoot, we may need to contract
I
you.
know. We may have to have that 1 hour consult aside from this episode.
Yeah, this doesn't
Yeah.
count.
This don't count. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to holler at Naya after this.
There's so many
Because if
ways
you know how to
monetize.
monetize a podcast, and that's what's up.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
That's happening
We are
left and
7
right.
followers.
I can't.
Get with me in a couple months, it'll be 700. So that's
Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh, shit.
Okay.
Y'all heard it. You heard it here first.
yes.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so it's like, I guess it's like, I just not knowing, and like not knowing what to do, and just feeling, it's almost like it's unfortunately like a paralyzing feeling,
Yeah.
because it's like, if you don't know what you want to do and you know you have to do in order to live, then it's kind of like, and part of me will say, oh, let me just go back to the things I used to do that I didn't like. And it's like, no, I just don't want to ever do those things again. I don't ever want to
That's
encounter
soul
those things
crushing.
again.
You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just puts me into this dark hole of despair. And so it's just like,
Dang.
You don't have to do what you don't like. That's the fun thing. Like that
Yeah.
used to not be the case, 20 years ago. Like,
ooh,
you better
okay.
go to that job. You better go get it.
Right.
I don't care if you don't like it. Now your hobby can become your paycheck.
Oh, okay. Then we need to talk, because I need to do my little vegan cooking, not cooking, vegan eating and traveling, and
Yeah.
just
all
be
of that.
myself.
Oh, I
be
see
paid,
that for you.
be
I see
paid to
that.
be myself, and then do some voiceovers and sponsorships on the side and stuff. That would be the dream.
Yeah, I mean, I'm currently working with artists now to get them, an artist in Nashville, to get her some sponsors that will
Mhm.
provide free things and money and stuff like that. So it's something I specialize in, but it's definitely something that I feel like anybody can do. It just takes a
Mhm.
lot of work, and a lot of people
Yeah.
don't want to do the work. So that's why
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just knowing what the work is. Like we always say, we Emily and I are kind of similar in it. Like we always say, if somebody just told me what to do, I do it. Like,
I would do it.
and it's
Yeah.
like, it doesn't, I don't know what that means, but it's just like, my mind doesn't work that way. Like,
yeah,
I can't think, like I can't figure out something.
Resourceful. Like where we need to be more resourceful about things.
These certain things. Yeah. Like these
These
business
things.
types of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a lot
In
to
this
think
field.
about. It's so much to think about, and then once you get started, it just more gets added. It's
Mhm.
you put them over to the done pile, and then you look over at your need to do, and it's like to the ceiling.
Yeah.
But at some point, it's like I know that once I get that down, I'm gonna be smooth sailing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's what you really have to look forward to.
That's a great
Yes.
service to provide to new businesses or people who are trying to start a business, because it is very overwhelming. And I think a lot of people maybe are put off by that, or
Yeah.
don't want to pursue their dreams because they don't know how. I mean, we started this podcast just as something fun to do. And then we thought, hey, this is, people are listening. We can keep this going. And
Yeah.
there's a long list of things to do. And especially with someone
Yeah.
who has experience like you can pinpoint, like, these are the things you have to do. Have you thought about this?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's a very valuable resource.
Ask
Very.
Yeah.
yourself questions. Ask yourself questions. Always asking yourself questions. Like you come up with an idea, okay, stick with that idea. Don't let it wander off.
Yeah, that's my problem.
That's where we
Yeah.
gone. We're done.
And
Done.
get in that bag. If here's the idea, open it up and jump in there.
Yes.
Like that's what you have to do. And then write everything down. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a
For
mess,
sure.
Mo.
Yeah.
We get to talk and we get one thing down, and then we're like, oh, so I went to this restaurant, and then that's it.
Right?
It's done.
Yeah.
We're done.
It feels so accomplished. Got one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo.
I'm the person that's gonna bring everything. Okay, so we were just talking about this. Like that's fun, but let's get to that after.
Yeah,
we're
get
done with
back.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
Ooh,
that.
that's hard.
It is hard. Redirect.
Do you love organization? Are you the type of person who loves organization and task? You said you do to-do lists and stuff. I mean, is that like a trait you have to have in order to do this type of consulting work, or be
Yeah,
successful anyways at it?
For sure, organization is key. I mean, but I
I
actually
suck at that too.
Yeah. Same, Z's.
I have the pattern app, and it's an app that kind of tells you like.
Oh,
your
me too.
patterns
I
and
gotta
stuff.
find you.
I don't even know what that is. See, look, I'm
She was
stuck
just
in like
telling me.
1995. Like I don't have like all the technology. I'm like,
You on USA Today horoscopes?
right? Netscape. I'm signing up on.
Yeah, no, it's a great app, and there's different apps like it, but it just kind of helps you figure out like what works for you. Like my app tells me all the time, like you are a self-starter. You're very motivated. You're like one of the highly motivated people out there, like, and it's just something I was kind of born with in myself to always have goals and always be like, I want to do this. I want to go here. I want to go, and just always thinking of what else I want to do. So in some ways that can be a curse, but it has helped me propel my business forward and help other people prepare themselves forward as
Amazing.
well. So I think organization is key for sure all the time. But then there's also kind of like that innate drive, like what is driving you to do what you're doing. And if you don't know that right off the bat, that's fine. But keep asking yourself, try to figure out, like, notice things when you're smiling for no reason as you're typing out this thing. Like, oh wow, this is making me excited. Like, okay, this is cool. What am I doing that's making, oh, I'm typing about sponsorship letters. Awesome. Okay. Maybe this is something I want to keep doing. You know, I'm planning something. I love this. Maybe I need to start doing more of this and kind of specialize.
I like
and
problem
narrow it down.
solving, and like I like troubleshooting and problem solving and and research and investigating and things like that. But I don't really know like how that looks. And so there are pieces of it in jobs, but I just like, I would like to provide that service directly to people, like whatever I could
Yes.
do.
That's literally what I'm doing. So yeah. I mean, and so you have those traits. So those are some traits. Now, what is the industry that you would like to apply those traits to? You
Yeah,
know?
that's the thing. That's something that I think about.
Maybe
Like,
new
I don't know.
vegan.
Yeah, like I love vegan stuff, and like there's so many different types of vegan, and people are going vegan every year. And I think even like expanding to just like not vegan, but like plant-based, but still everything being vegan, but just like the language and everything to bring more people in. It's just like, you know, the how, like what, okay, I'm passionate about veganism. I'm passionate about like animals and things like that, cats. And so how can I take that? And so that's when I'm like, oh, me, like, how can I sell myself in a way that I can like be myself to make money?
Branding yourself. Yeah.
So I do project management, I do branding, and I do strategic planning.
Yes.
So
This is your girl, people.
I'm gonna sign up.
You need to get something done.
This should be a series as I go through the sign. I sign
There
up
you
and
go.
do it. We check
Put it on that Patreon.
Right? Put that on Patreon.
I feel like one of the things, I mean, my issue is I dream a lot. I have all these dreams and all these things I can see myself doing. It's so beautiful. I'm excited. And then I don't know how to do it. Or I'll start and then it just falls apart, you know, and it's, or I lose the excitement about it. I don't know.
And for me, it's kind of sad feeling. Like it kind of is a sad feeling.
Yeah.
It's sad whenever you like have the dream and then you realize, oh, I don't know where to go.
Dream deferred.
Yeah. Yeah. So
then you
you're
get
just kind of
sad.
like floating.
Yeah. I mean, you just can't try to eat the whole picture, like one bite at a time, you know, like you can't eat the whole elephant.
You don't know me.
Right?
I
mean,
I jump in head first and then I get tired. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I do. Yeah.
So, I mean, and if that motivation is so important. So if you can, you know, oh, I have this big project. I'm really excited. Let me jump in. But like, as you're jumping in, just realize, look, I need to plan this. Like, you can plan it while you're jumping in. Like, you know, keep going with it, but just don't aimlessly go with it. Like, don't just pick one or two things to focus on. Like, you need to see the whole picture, and then with your motivation, tackle it, but chunk by chunk.
Naya, what tools, okay, aside from also obviously meeting with you and having a consultation and getting a plan and going through your steps, are there things that we can do just in everyday life to kind of keep it? Like you mentioned the pattern app, and I'm going to check that out, but like, I mean, to-do lists every day, like, are there behaviors or
I think so.
What do we do to stay on track?
I think daydreaming is a great, I
love it.
Crazy, but
I
love it too.
all the time.
Same. But then I get frustrated.
Daydream, write it down, and then go back to it later. Reference it. Don't just daydream, write it down, and then forget about it.
That's what I do.
That's what I do.
And when you go back to it, see if you still feel the same way you did when you first looked. And I actually apply that to online shopping.
I fill my cart. Yes. And I do that. And I walk away.
Go back. Yep.
And
I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah. Ugly. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. And then you're like, okay, well, I can go with this. This looks right. This makes sense. And then you get into it. Like you actually don't surface level. You're diving in, you know? So I think those are, and then everyday tasks to do, behaviors, maybe writing down a to-do list, even if you don't go back and check them off or whatever else. Maybe at the end of the day, don't lose the piece of paper, but you have it, or you have it on your phone, and then make it to where you can cross it out or click it and it
Ooh,
checks
that probably
off.
feels good
Yeah.
too.
It feels
to
so
see
Right?
good.
Yes.
I had a basic.
I did
this
that.
Is how, this is how sad it is. I had a basic checklist on my refrigerator because I said, okay, it looks right in my face.
Yeah.
I think I did that one day, and then that was it.
But I mean, you did it. So maybe try it again.
Hey, you did that. Okay.
Right?
You
All
don't have to-
victories.
yeah, it's small, it's step by step. It doesn't have to be like, this is my new life. I have planners and I use planners every day.
That's
Yeah.
me. I
I
got
tried that. It doesn't work.
planners. I got 3
I
kids,
start
okay?
and
So
then
I have a planner
Oh, that makes sense.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yes,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I'm gonna start planning out my menus and my weeks.
Mhm.
There you go. There you go. And having an accountability buddy, like someone who is kind of there with you that's like, hey, are you still working on that? You know, where are you at? You know,
No, we're
That
the
can't be
worst.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I can
Keep accountable for like one day. That's
Right?
me with everybody. Like everybody, yeah, well, let's be accountability buddy. It's like one day, and it's like, no.
I'm done.
And another thing too, like don't feel bad for not getting everything on your list done. Don't feel bad for like, I didn't do any of this today. Life got busy, you know, or it's been a week and I haven't looked back at this. You know, I'm a big avoider. Like if I know, oh, I sent off something risky and like they replied, you know, and I'm like, I'm gonna avoid this for 2 days. You know, 'cause I'm just not my body, my mind, my body. If they say no, blah blah blah, I just don't want to deal with it. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I try not to make myself feel bad for avoiding that email that's been sitting in my mailbox for 2 days that is important. I should read
Yeah.
it, but like I have to make sure I'm ready to do that. I don't want to
Mhm.
force myself to do it because I might respond the wrong way or whatever else. So, kind of giving yourself grace.
Yes, that's a good thing you
Grace,
said.
yeah.
Force. Like that's a lot of times I feel like everything is forced, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm ready to live that life where it's just like, dang, I'm
Flow.
in the flow.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thriving.
it takes a lot to get to that point, but when you do, you're just like, wow, this
It's
is
worth
why
it.
I did it. Yep,
Yep.
what it's all for. Did want to talk about some of my upcoming things. that
Yes,
are going
please
on.
let us
Let's
know.
hear it.
Great. Okay, so I just got some photos back from my photo shoot. Ow, ow. So excited
Hey.
about that.
Yes.
So I had my first photo shoot ever for my business, and I actually partnered with this Delaware-based digital media company called Color Light Sound Agency. I partnered with them as an account executive, so I'm helping them find digital media clients, and we kind of split the profits once they've signed up and they've gotten a video shoot done. Like he can do audio, video, website build, all sorts of any digital marketing, media things that we need done, production wise, they do it. So I partnered with them to find more clients for that partnership. So that's happening now. I actually have
Yes.
an up and coming, and I work with a lot of up and comers, which is really exciting in its own right. But I'm working with this up and coming Newark, New Jersey based. I don't even know how to say it. He does Afro nativism, and it's actually, I know it's weird. It's like native based music.
Okay.
He's from Colombia and I forgot Salvador. I don't really remember the exact places he's from, but he has a mixtape coming out. So he's the photos and
Okay.
videos and all of that done, audio engineering. So I'm working with Color Light Sound, or hopefully I will be, to get that done. So that's one project that's coming up in springtime. And then I have another client in Nashville who is working with underserved youth who are artists, musicians, fashion designers, and she's putting them through her 7-week program where they learn and meet with mentors in the
I
community.
love that.
And they come
Oh,
up
I
with,
love that.
yeah, they come up with their concept for how they envision art will be in 20 years. So
Wow.
it's called the Evolution Art Show. So all of their work that they worked on this 7-week program will culminate into a art show, the Evolution Art Show, which will take place in Nashville, where they will have the art, the fashion, and the music happening all simultaneously at once for a show. And
Wow.
the winners or
Right.
people who place very high will have their artwork and everything displayed at the Parthenon in Nashville.
Amazing.
For like months.
Amazing. And these are children or
These are
youth. Yeah.
teenagers. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's great.
that's exciting. It's called the Evolution Art Show. That will be happening March 26th. is super exciting. And then I have a skincare brand that I'm working with in Philadelphia, helping her with her business, and she has
You
a
are
Valentine's
busy.
Day box. Yes.
Booked and busy. Yes.
Yes. Downing Dermacare is the name of my skincare client. So I am very busy, but I'm very happy. So
Naya, that sounds, I don't want you to miss out on this opportunity though, because we are running out of time and you have somewhere to go. How can people reach you?
my website, newnetworksconsulting.com, newnetworksconsulting.com with the S.
Okay, we'll put that in the description of the episode too, for sure.
Also my Instagram, new_networks. You can DM me there. You can send me email, whatever you want.
Thank you so much for joining us. This was great.
Yes,
Appreciate
this was
your
fantastic.
information and everything.
I had
Thanks.
a lot
Take
of
care.
fun. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah, have a great day.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.
Bye.
Ain't that some shit? I said, ain't that some shit? Oh, ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Goddamn.
Today, we're talking about small businesses with new networks, and something that came to mind for me is purpose and having a purpose and a passion, which is something that I don't feel that I have and something that I struggle with, because what can I give to the marketplace that they need where I can make a living for myself and feel like it has a value, feel like it has purpose? Of course, there are things that I am educated or trained to do. There are things that I've learned to do over time. However, I do not like any of those, and they do not bring happiness or joy to me. They quite frankly bring the opposite. I'm at the point in my life where, as a small business owner myself, I am trying to figure out how can I help the people. That's the kind of person I am. I'm not here to scam people. I'm not here to get a quick buck. I actually want to do something where I feel that it's meaningful, and I feel that it's valued, and I feel like it's not only valued by the person receiving my services, but it's also valued by myself. And the things that I enjoy in life are usually entertainment and leisure. I mean, let's be real, who doesn't? But we gotta make a living. Everybody's gotta make a living. So it is what it is. I'm still trying to figure it out, and you're never too old to learn. I'm a middle-aged woman out here exploring and trying to find my place in this world. And I encourage all of you, if you have any inkling or desire to go into small business or to work for yourself, at least try. You could say I tried, because it's better that than to always be wondering, what could I have done? Ain't that some shit?
Hey, Mo.
Hey, girl.
How you doing?
I'm good.
What are we
Excited
doing
because
today? Yeah.
today we have a great guest. She's an entrepreneur with a successful skincare business. Welcome, Alexis Downing from Downing
Hey,
Dermacare.
Yay!
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you ladies doing?
We made it.
Okay.
Alive.
Okay. That's enough. That's all you need to say.
Right. So just to get started, tell us about yourself. How'd you get started on this journey? Like, I don't know if you know about us, but entrepreneurship is something that we aspire to, and just trying to figure it out and everything. So how did you reach this point?
Yeah, tell us your story.
Oh, long story short. So basically, I was a licensed massage therapist from 2015 until 2020, so 5 years. The original plan was to become a dual therapist. So I was going to do massage therapy and skincare line. So I wanted to get started on the skincare line while I was going to school for aesthetics. But it didn't work out. 2020 happened.
Yeah.
At the time, I was working at University of Penn in a rec center for massage therapy, and I was also freelancing. So once 2020 hit, people got laid off. I no longer felt comfortable going into people's homes. So I basically just sat on my savings, and with the help of my parents, I love them.
Amen.
I was able to take some time and figure out, okay, so what's the next step?
Right.
So I actually started Downing Dermacare in 2018, but I legally purchased the name, the domain name, and the website and all that stuff in 2019. My plan was to also launch in 2020. Didn't happen.
COVID. Man.
Okay. And so the plan was to at first turn it into a blog. I'm like, okay, if I'm not selling anything, let me still get the business going. But
Mhm.
honestly, and I'm sure you guys can relate, hopefully not, but unfortunately people can relate. I just wasn't in the mental space to
Yeah.
even
We don't even
about
have
It
a
was a
domain.
mess, okay? These last few years have been trying, okay? That's
I
a
wasn't
nice
even
way to put
hang
it.
on.
thinking about a blog. Please, I'm fighting for my life here. I don't care
Right?
about,
Exactly.
Fighting for my life. It
don't
feels
care
like
about a
that
blog.
still. Shoot.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, what else can I do in the meantime? So I actually, separate story, I actually went to a tech program and I graduated and now I'm currently in tech. But I also,
Congrats.
Nice.
Thank
Ooh,
you.
what program is
Yes.
this? I need to sign up.
I shouted to the rooftops. It's called this the Year Up program. But there's
Oh
so
yeah,
many
they were
programs
on
like
Twitter
it.
Spaces. Yeah, they were
Yes.
advertising that.
Yes, I love
Maybe
it.
I
I
may
love
need
it.
to
I
do
love
that.
it.
Let me look it up. This is weird because I just saw it on Twitter Spaces today.
She's been talking about it too. Yeah.
I love it. There's and if it's not for you, there's so many other programs just like it.
Oh wow.
So now I currently do that. So when people ask like, well, what do you do? Well, I'm a full-time employee with a part-time business, and
You're
Wow.
busy. That's
What
Making it
area
do.
of tech
I
are
stay
you
busy.
in? Like what's your actual what's your profession?
So I'm an IT analyst. I actually work
Fun.
for a Fortune 100 energy company.
Yes.
Nice.
So I'm trying out here.
That's awesome. So now
Yes.
now in the pandemic you're working full time and doing the business and I don't think we've gotten there yet, but how did you go from, oh, I'm going to do a blog to working in IT to now having actual products?
So great question. So in 2020, I put it to the side. I wasn't even thinking about it. Whatever, I'll get to it when I get to it type of mentality. I started the tech program in October, which is actually my birthday month. So happy birthday to me.
Hey.
But I interned in January, and I was thinking, if the internship doesn't turn into full-time employment, which it did, spoiler alert, but if it doesn't, well, what's the next step? So I'm like, in the meantime, they always say multiple streams of income, it's no
Yep.
longer an option at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need to pick up Downing Dermacare because I didn't drop it because I hated it. I actually, funny enough, I had another business before Downing Dermacare, and it was starting to become profitable, but I didn't care. I was like selling jewelry, and while I love jewelry and I love buying from other jewelry makers, it's not my thing. So I was like, well, I didn't drop it because I didn't like it. I just dropped it because I had a lot going on. And so
Ooh.
I actually, you guys know my brand manager, Naya.
Nice.
Yeah.
So because I need help. Something that I also battle with, I don't like saying struggle, but I battle with is anxiety. So
Yes.
I'm diagnosed general and social anxiety.
Mhm.
And I was like, I need help because if I try to do it on my own, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I've been working with Naya ever since, and I'm like, let's get to it. Let's get these products. I started researching my butt off. I've been using these products for years. So I'm like, well, let's see, are you guys vendoring? Oh, great, you are. Okay, cool. Can I use your products to sell through my business? And then boom, bam, here we are.
Wow.
So what kind of products? What is
Yeah.
Downing Dermacare? What kind of products do you sell?
So-
What are you working with?
So I'm out of town, so I'm not at my actual office, but I do have a few pieces. So
Okay.
one in particular is it's a Ghanaian black liquid soap,
I love the
It's
packaging.
straight from Ghana. And I
Wow.
also I actually have it over here. I also have the raw black soaps
Ooh.
Yes.
from Ghana as well.
Wow.
And I also have, because Downing Dermacare it's for the skin, the hair, but it's also, we're trying to clean you from the inside and out. So I also have bentonite clay, but it's food grade. So you can do a face mask, you can do a hair mask, you can put it in your bath and do a detox soap, or you can put it in your smoothies and you can drink it and eat it.
Wow.
What is the benefit of bentonite clay? I have some. I got it off
Me
of
too.
Amazon or something, and I haven't used it yet. I think you're
Me
supposed to mix it
neither.
with apple cider vinegar or something.
It's
We should have an
great.
episode.
It's great. So it's clay and it extracts the toxins from your skin. It's a great detoxer.
Mm. And you
also
mix
have
it
a
with
few-
what? What do you mix it with? Apple
So
cider vinegar or water?
yeah, really any liquid. You can mix it with
Okay.
water. You can mix it with apple cider vinegar. Some people mix it with like rose water,
Mm.
liquid.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's the type of
also-
stuff that gets tight, right? I feel like that's the type of
Yes.
stuff that gets
Oh, I
tight,
hate
cracks,
those.
and then you
Yeah.
gotta.
If you're of lighter complexion, it can also turn you red, but that's the blood coming
Mm.
to the surface. That's actually a good thing.
Which is good.
Wow.
Yes, which
Yes.
is good. Right.
It's great stuff. I swear by it. You should start using it.
I know. It's been sitting there for a year. I've got like a
Same.
jar.
I think, yep, that big jar.
But
It's on
here's the tip.
Amazon. It's like the first thing that comes up.
Here's
Yeah.
a tip: don't use anything with metal. So no metal spoons, no metal bowls, because it messes up the property.
Oh,
So
and it won't work
plastic,
as
all
well.
plastic or something.
Yep,
That's-
plastic, wood.
is that a
Mm.
science thing? Because I know some recipes are like that. You can't use metal, like it does something.
Yes, it's something in the properties.
Mhm.
It's leaving my mind, but yes, it messes it up. It won't work
Wow.
as well.
That's crazy. That's good to know. And you mentioned that some of the products come straight from Ghana. Like, how did you go from like thinking about it to sourcing products from Ghana?
So I was just looking for some of the best, and they just happened to be from Ghana. And so I've been trying out my products for a very long time. Because like I said, these are products that I use every day. I didn't just
Mhm.
want stuff that I know would sell. I wanted stuff that I could swear by. So I'm like buying these different products and testing them out. And some of them were, they're okay. But I wanted like real good results. And
Mhm.
so I was just Googling things and so I'll actually give the listeners one of my vendors. They're called Earthseed.
Mhm.
Amazing customer service. That's the one that I get my black soap from. You don't have to be a business. You can actually just get products from them. So you can
Wow.
get them in bulk, or you can just get regular products. I love them to death. They're great.
Tell us
that's
about
the
what
one
you
that's
just
coming down.
had in your hand. I love
this-
the packaging. First of all, you guys
Oh,
can't see
thank
this, but it's
you.
beautiful. It's like a jar. It has a cork in it. It's got a really
Yeah.
clean.
wanna drink it up.
beautiful. Yeah, it looks no, but it looks decorative. You could keep it in your
Yeah.
bathroom. It would look beautiful
Put
on the
flowers in
counters.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was important to me, that I wanted, like, even the mask.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanted
These jars are
um,
beautiful. I love a jar. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
same.
Look, I can't.
Keep-
eco-friendly
jar.
is definitely my thing. No plastics, none of that. So
Mhm.
everything
Yeah.
that you get shipped from me, please believe it's good for the environment.
Oh, that's
So what's
good.
that about? I saw that you're zero waste. So what does that mean for Downing Dermacare?
So my plan was to use things so you can't use them anymore, basically.
Mhm.
So I do have, and I don't have them on me, but I do have face makeup removers, but they're
Mhm.
reusable. Like,
Okay.
Oh, how does that work?
rewash them and keep
Wash
using them.
them.
They're cloth,
Mhm.
organic
Yeah.
cloth. Yep. So I have two different kinds. I have the more bigger ones, and then I have the little small ones, just like for daily stuff. In terms of these, I didn't want a bottle that you would just use the soap and then throw it away. Like you could
Mhm.
replace this, you can clean it out, and you can add some stuff to it.
Yeah.
Also, the jars, you can put anything in this.
Yeah, those are
So
cute.
I
Remind me of
just-
candles, like a candle
Yeah.
jar.
We're working on that. We're actually
Oh.
working.
Nice. I love
Exclusive.
candles.
So I'll say this, by the time this comes out, it should actually be on the website. My next new products that are coming out are wax melts and candles that you can
Ooh.
also use on your skin. So
Huh?
they're like massage oil based
Oh, I'm like-
candles / wax melts.
Oh yeah, you can heat the
Mm.
candle for Valentine's Day. Perfect.
Oh, girl,
timing.
stop.
Perfect timing.
Mhm. So you can use them for ambient. Right now they're unscented,
Mhm.
but you can use it just for ambiance. They're cute. You can have it in the background, going and glowing, and you can also be like, "Oh, I'm a little ashy," and then you just go and get some.
Oh, I love
Ooh.
that. I love a dual purpose. I love
Okay.
that.
That's why I'm here. More
So
than
I
one.
also-
Everything has more than one use.
That's awesome.
Love
So speaking
that.
of more than one use, you also are, it looks like, interested in charity. So what's the charity aspect of Downing Dermacare?
So I've always wanted to start my own charity, which coming soon. But in the meantime, I wanted it to be more than just me selling products and getting money. Like that's great, that's fantastic. But how am I impacting the environment? So not only by through my packaging, the jars, the bottles, like the actual packaging that it comes in, you know, we have the peanuts that once you hit it with water, they kind of just go away.
Wow.
They dissolve.
I haven't heard of those. Dissolving
Yep.
peanuts.
I also wrap the soaps in like paper. So it's not wax paper, but it's like actual paper. So not only if you just throw it out, you can recycle everything, but also I also want to do more. So my plan is to hook up with any local, because for anyone who's listening, I'm actually based right outside of Philadelphia. So I'm looking for like local charities, organizations that I could link up with, and that they also help the environment, whether they plant trees or they clean up the streets, or we're still in research phase, but I want to donate a certain percentage on a regular basis to that particular charity. And hopefully we can go from 1 to 10 to 100, like we're going up from here.
That's awesome. So you talked about branding and everything. How are people finding out about you?
Oh, first of all, word of mouth is incredible. I've had so many people like, oh, such and such told me about you. And I'm like, oh, hey, great. Also social media, Instagram. I was actually in a Discord group, and they sold me out of like the black soaps. Like, I love you guys. Wow. So word of mouth has really been very helpful, and also social media, of course.
Okay. That's good to know.
We'll include all that information in our bio or our write-up for the episode.
Thank you.
Make sure everybody has that.
So there's a Black Beauty Expo that's happening in the Philadelphia one. It's happening April 24th, and I will be there.
Oh,
mark it down.
Cool. Yeah, I may need to go there too. Do you need some kind of vendor license or something?
No.
Okay, Black Beauty.
You just pay for a booth. Yeah.
I would love to link you up. I went to an event that was awesome, and I think it was for, I don't know if it was for women or minority owned, but it was definitely women. And basically what you do is you pitch your business, and investors, it's like Shark Tank, and they will give you a certain amount of money. Like it could be 5,000, it could be 10,000, it could be 50. It depends on, how you rank with the other people, but I'll find out and I'll send that your way, because that may be a good opportunity.
Chance, is it Black Girl Ventures?
I don't think so, but that's another one too. Okay,
that's a great.
Look at us taking notes.
Yeah, writing this all. Networking. Hey,
they have a pitching competition coming up, but they're always having pitching competitions. That's what I love about them.
I went to one and it was great, and I saw a brand that does like I couldn't do it. Oh, I want to ask about your products too, about the hair. I think their hair had honey in it or something. It's like a honey based. And I'm like, I'm vegan. And so I only do cruelty-free, plant-based products. So, do you have any, like, are your products plant-based, cruelty-free, or do you have any?
So every product so far is 100% vegan.
Oh, that's awesome.
Even our soaps, these soaps are plant-based. Yep.
Nice.
Good to know.
And how
try to keep that in mind.
That's awesome. How do you distinguish between the soaps? Because I know the black soap, like I don't see it much here in Philadelphia, but I moved here from Brooklyn, New York, and you can just walk outside and there are people selling the black soap. And then they say, oh, well, that's not black. Like how do you know
Verify
it's black soap? Yeah.
The real one.
Yeah.
So a lot of black soaps are actually black. And I'm like, that's probably not real. So the real black soaps are actually just brown, and they're very, you can see it in the texture.
Why do I want to eat that?
Right? That looks delicious.
So, listen.
Let me stop. Oh,
is it food grade?
It looks like a brownie.
Listen, right? No lie. So when I first launched, which was actually October 2021, I just launched basically. Wow. So I was giving out free samples to anybody who I could, like neighbors, friends, family. I was just giving them away. And someone told me that one of their friends took a bite out of it because she thought it was a granola bar.
Oh my
Was it
goodness.
good?
I don't know.
Was she mad?
No, she wasn't.
Okay.
But I had to then now I see why companies put like do not eat.
Right?
You would think
do not eat. That's a shame. We gotta tell people this is soap. Do not eat
edible.
Yeah. That looks good. Well, hey, you did say you want to clean folks from the inside out. There you go.
Use the clay, not
Yeah,
not
we
the
can
soap.
eat that. What does that taste like? Have you like if you I guess if you throw it in a smoothie, it just takes on whatever flavor, or does it have
Yeah. It doesn't. It
That's good to know.
The clay, not the
It's
soap.
no, the clay. Yes, the clay. I will say this, because it's clay. It does have a little grit
Mm,
to it,
Yeah.
but in terms of the taste,
no
nope.
biggie.
no biggie.
Wow.
We also sell this is a fairly newer product. It's called, let me see if I can say this right, diatomaceous earth.
Yes,
It sounds familiar.
that sounds good. That sounds
I'm not gonna
right.
try and say it.
Yeah,
And
I definitely
okay,
am
listen,
not.
you saw me struggling, and I
Yeah,
sell it.
sounded
You saw me
good.
struggling.
It sounded good.
But so I have to make something extremely clear. There's two types. So there's the pool grade, which is toxic. No human should ever consume it.
Mhm.
It will make you sick. And then there's the food grade, which
yeah.
is the kind that I sell. And it's a very, very powerful detoxing earth, because it's not clay, it's earth. It's extremely
What does that mean,
good.
earth?
So it's actually made from the exoskeleton of like plantain and sea, it's sea stuff. It's earth.
And it looks like
Stuff.
dust too. It looks
It
like, I don't know what
does.
yours looks like,
It does.
but yeah.
It's white.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what
And
I'm
this
talking
is
about.
a
Yep.
detoxer. So
Yes.
will you be going to the bathroom a lot? Like what's happening as far as, or is it just something it's just going to purify? Like there's
It
no,
just purifies you.
like, I need to know, because Mo and I were talking about some apple cider vinegar gummies and things like that we've been taking, and some stuff would just have you going to the bathroom. So it's
Yeah,
like,
I can't
people
do
got to
it.
know. People got to know what these things are going to do to you.
I can't say I've had people test it, and no one has had any issues. It's when you naturally go, it just
Yeah.
it just helps it.
It's yes.
Yep.
Okay.
It
Good
doesn't
to
bring
know.
it forward. It helps.
We need to know if we can
Yep.
leave the house. You know what I mean? Taking this stuff.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's why it's also important for me that I try things out for a while before I
Yeah.
sell them, so I can tell
Yeah,
you
how
what,
does
to-
that
what
work?
to, what to
Know.
look for.
Like, do you
Mhm.
need trials? Like, because it's going inside of people or on their, I guess not. Like, because restaurants pop up. Like, what, like, skincare seems like so regulated. Is it food grade? Does that, because it's natural and everything, you don't have to go through that? Like, how does it work as far as skincare and everything?
So luckily,
Or dermacare.
fortunately, yeah. So fortunately, the vendors that I use, they are like FDA approved, and they've been through the tests, all the necessary tests, so
Good.
that by the time I get them, like we're good to go. But I will
Awesome.
say, but I'm glad you brought that up. But that's why I legally cannot say that I am an organic skincare line,
Mhm.
because I don't have like I haven't been
Certification or whatever.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not organic certified. So while
I don't
I sell organic products, I can't say
Yeah.
it's an organic business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds like such a scam, just a way to take people's money. Like,
Money.
oh,
Yeah, you gotta
kind
pay
of like
for
the
it.
same thing with vegan label. Like you're
Yep.
looking at something, there's no animal product or anything in it, and they can't get a vegan label because they didn't pay
You
someone.
gotta
It's
pay money.
just,
Gotta pay for everything.
yep, gotta live, I guess.
So one day I will get this certification, so I can be like, no, yes, we are 100% vegan and 100% organic and 100% natural and all the good stuff,
Nice.
all the great stuff.
Cool. So you told us that on the April 24th, you're going to be at the Black Beauty Expo.
Yes.
Where can people find you other than that?
So you can go on my website. It's just downingdermacare.com.
Mhm.
Also, we have the Instagram. It's all Downing Dermacare. So
Love it.
TikTok, Instagram.
Ooh,
just-
TikTok.
Oh,
okay.
TikTok. You
I'm
on
actually.
TikTok?
I know.
Isn't it
I
hard
kinda
to keep
have
up?
to.
I mean, is it hard?
No, it's not hard, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but I'm transparent. I'm not really a social media fan.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I love it.
So
Yeah,
I'm
That's okay.
actually
Yeah.
another way to contribute to my community is I'm going to start hiring employees, and one of them will be a social media assistant so that they can post it. And
Yes.
I also will be looking for brand ambassadors, and so I can just
Mhm.
take their stuff and post it to my
Yeah.
stuff, and I don't
Mhm.
have to do it.
Because it's a whole piece. You know, you're managing a business, and then also to do the market. It's basically marketing.
It's a lot.
Mhm.
And it's a lot.
I'd rather be behind the scenes. I don't need to be the face of Downing Dermacare. It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll just run it behind the scenes. It's me and my
Yeah.
family. It's family ran.
That's awesome.
Love that.
Family working together, building a brand, and then, growing
Mhm.
so much. The way you set it up is like you the whole world could be yours. So that's pretty cool.
I also
No
got to be
plans-
careful because I do work with, well, technically my parents work for me, but
Yes.
I'm also their daughter. So it's
Yeah,
like-
that's a weird dynamic. A little.
Like,
You
right
hit
now-
those targets, mom.
right now, I'm not talking to my mother. I'm talking to the bookkeeper. This is how I would talk
Right.
to the bookkeeper, mom.
Mhm.
Yeah. Gotta set those
I mean
boundaries.
Deborah,
yeah.
Deborah the bookkeeper, not mom.
Deborah, give me them numbers.
my mom would be like, whoop, my jaw would be over there. Who'd you call in Deborah?
Shoot. Oh my
It's all
goodness.
jokes. She's no, I'm not serious.
Yeah.
No, we are still recording. I'm not serious, mom. Love
Ah.
you.
Well, any final thoughts? Really appreciate you coming through and sharing
Yeah.
your Downing Dermacare, telling us about it, sharing the products, letting us know where to find you, your journey.
No, I just want to thank you guys for having me. I've actually been listening to your podcast. You guys are funny.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thanks for
Funny.
listening.
And I've been promoting you. You're funny. I love it. I love this
appreciate
podcast.
it.
I'm glad to be here.
Great.
Yeah.
Glad to have you.
Very, very happy to have you. And we love, because this podcast started out of pandemic stuff. And so it's nice to see what people are creating and who they're becoming through this trying time. So it's really great to see a new business, a not so new business, but a new business, making moves in this pandemic. So that's awesome. Congratulations to you and your business.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Two Girls Shooting the Shit with Em and Mo. Please enjoy this mindful moment. Great things never come from comfort zones. Always choose your dreams over your fears.